Hello, job seekers. Melanie here with CGL Recruiting. Well, I just got back from a networking event, and today's video is going to be talking about some mistakes not to make at a networking event. I'm so excited things are starting to open back up. I know this has been an incredibly hard year and a half for everyone, let alone job seekers. But as networking events are starting to open back up, some of us are a bit rusty. What's the right things to do? And today, what I specifically want to cover is some mistakes not to make. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please consider doing that now. And if you have some other great tips that you would like to share with everyone else, please put a comment down below of what you think is the best things to avoid doing during a networking event. Okay, so the networking event that I was just at, it had somewhere between 40 and 50 people. It was a lunch networking event, and some people did great. It had a mix of job seekers and, of course, non-job seekers. I would say it's probably 20% job seekers, 25 maybe, and the rest were non-job seekers. And so at this meeting, the first thing that I do want to talk about is those name tags. Now, I know a lot of you hate wearing name tags and think that they're a pain, but if you're a job seeker, it's really important for them to be able, whoever you're talking to try and put that face to a name. You want to get that recognition. And what I saw today with a lot of people's name tags was, people had their hair, for those that were women, over top of their name tag. They had a coat that was hiding the majority of their name tag, or it had kind of fallen off and they just kind of put it on their book. Don't do that. You need that name tag. Now, if you're one of those people that truly hates those little sticky name tags when you go to a networking event, I covered these in another one of our videos quite a while ago. You can buy these little, they're metal with a magnet, and the magnet just clips on, and you can put whatever you want in that. I know that's kind of hard to see. There it is. And you can get these made with your name, like, Melanie Woods Human Resources, if you don't have a company name. This one was like less than $15. They're really cheap, easy to get done. So if you don't want to wear the sticker name tag, that's fine. Then get one of these made. It's really easy for you to do. Now, the next thing is, one of the things that they did, we're still in COVID times, right? So there's still social distancing in place. And so how this particular networking event handles it is they take everybody's business cards and they post them on a cork board. Now, I've seen all kinds of ways the companies or networking groups are doing this now. Some of them are laying it out on a table. Some of them are posting them, whatever. But if you, some of them are still giving them out. But if you don't have a card, you're losing a huge opportunity. Now, I realize not everybody's going to have a standard business card. It is so easy to get networking cards made up. And I don't care if you're a job seeker or if you're looking down the road and actually managing your career, you should have them. You should always have them. They're easy, cheap to do. You can order them online. Word has templates. You go to Office Depot, Office Max, and get them through that way. Amazon, lots of different ways. If you're wanting to know how to structure what we call networking cards, make sure you take a look at our video that talks about them and the best way to do it. But there were a lot of people that didn't have any. And so instead, they were just, oh, yeah, my name is so-and-so. No, I'm sorry, I don't have a card. I hate that you've missed that opportunity. Don't miss it again. Go get yourself some cards. They're definitely worth it. Okay, now this one actually also gave job seeker, this networking event, gave job seekers the opportunity to stand up and tell about themselves and introduce them to the rest of the group, which is great. And I know you're not always going to get that opportunity. But if you do, when they first said it, is anybody a job seeker or want to stand up? It was like pulling teeth to get the job seeker to stand up. And I actually, because I knew several of the job seekers in this room, said, my job seekers, the ones I know that you were out there, I'm coming after you if you don't stand up in this meeting. This is not the time to be shy. You are here in this networking event to meet people, to hopefully find a job or make a connection that's going to help you find a job. That is the goal. So it's not the time to be shy. If you are given an opportunity to stand up, and tell about yourself, you take it. It hurts my soul a little bit that I think sometimes the reason that some of the people don't stand up or they've gotten so shy is you're feeling beat down from this last year and a half. You are not responsible for this market. Could be doing absolutely everything right and still not have a job. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of one. So get your mojo back. And if you're given the opportunity to tell about yourself and to stand up, you take it. You take it and you take it with energy, which brings me to my next thing. You can't be shy and you can't be quiet. If you're in a room and you're presenting and there are potential employers in that room, your communication skills are going to be judged. So if you stand up and you are shy and quiet as you are trying to tell about yourself, that's a problem. Unless you're going to be in an office working by yourself or an area where you don't need communication skills, which is not very much nowadays, you need to have that competency of your communication skills shine. That means you have to be positive, you have to have energy, you have to be engaging. And one of the ways some of the job seekers who stood up lost engagement was not enough eye contact. Now, I realize when you're sitting in a room with 50 people, it can be hard to do eye contact. You don't have to hit everyone. What you don't want to do is this too much. Because if you're doing this and you're not actually focusing in on anybody, it's noticeable. So pick, and especially if you're in a room, this one had round tables, but if you're in a room and there's like 12 to 15 round tables, then take time and pick one person at each one of those tables to kind of hone in on and give your message to that individual, the one who seems most engaged and is looking back at you. The others will forgive you for not looking at them direct. They will realize that you're focusing your attention. They won't forgive you as easily for doing this and just looking all over. Then they start focusing on that instead of the great message that you have. Eye contact, eye contact, eye contact. Okay, we talked about it. If it's a larger room, you have to be loud enough so everybody can hear you. It's not the time, and especially, wearing masks I know are difficult, and that's even harder to be loud. Hopefully for some of you, you're getting to take your masks off now if you're in a situation where you're distanced enough. So if you are in that situation, or if you're in the situation having to wear a mask, loud. You need to talk loud enough that everybody in the room can hear you. And then you need to work on your elevator pitch. There were some that were absolutely brilliant and did a great job of were engaging, hooked us right in the beginning with their first statement that came out of their mouth, then went through and talked through, who they are and then what they're looking for. And it was a very succinct but strong elevator pitch. We do have a video on elevator pitches. If you haven't watched that one, work on your elevator pitch. It is definitely worthwhile for you to have practice on that so that when it comes time that you're in a meeting, you can actually do your best. All right, job seekers, go to those networking events. As things start opening, step out from behind your computer. Take the time to go interact with people. And I would even say to you, anything that you go to is a networking event. I don't care if you're meeting your son's baseball team, your daughter's scout team. I don't care what it is. Everything for you and for everybody else needs to be a networking event. Make sure you're putting yourself out there and getting out from behind that computer. All right, everyone. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.